Good morning students. Welcome to Triveni Memorial Senior Secondary School online classes. Today we are going to start chapter 5 of unit 2, Importance of Self-Management. In this chapter we are going to learn about the meaning of self-management. Self means yourself and management means managing. So the meaning of self-management is that we are managing ourselves to achieve the task or the goals which we have set for ourselves by regulating our action, organizing our time, and being accountable for our decisions. If we are managing ourselves properly, it will help us to perform better in the school. It can help to reduce the delinquent behaviors, and people can perform better on their jobs. For an example, at your home, who does all the work? Of course, your mother. From getting up early in the morning, from taking care of all the household chores and the responsibilities of the house, it is her work to manage all the family members and the other responsibilities. She ensures that she finishes the task in the time and completes all the tasks allocated properly. So now at your home, nobody is telling her to do these works, but she is doing all by herself. So this is basically self-management. When you are managing yourself and nobody is telling you to do any of the things, that is known as self-management. It is a very great skill which needs to be developed for life and for work purpose also. Now, self-management skills consist of three basic skills. These are initiative, organization, and accountability. So first we are going to learn about initiative. Initiative means doing the right thing without being told what to do. Like nobody is telling that this is the right thing or this is the wrong thing, but we ourselves are judging it and we are doing the right thing without anyone being telling us that these things need to be done. For this, the person should have belief in one's capabilities, and he should be like, if any problem occurs or if any disappointment occurs during the work, he should be able to find a solution for that one. For example, being a student, you can identify in which subject you are lacking, so you can work upon it and make yourself improve in that subject. Similarly, you can volunteer to address the issues in the school assembly if you are facing any such in the class, so that it can be worked upon. So this is the point, initiative, that is doing the right thing without being told what to do. So next point is organization. So organization skill is, that is your ability to use your time, energy, and resources effectively to achieve the goals which you have set for yourself. Being organized saves our time as well as energy and makes us to do the work efficiently and properly, and we are more productive towards our work. So that is organization. So in this we have, first of all, we should identify the specific goals. That is, what is our goal? Well defined goal should be there. So we should know about our goal, which would help us to improve ourselves physically, intellectually, emotionally, mentally, and develop ourselves properly. Next is breaking down the goals into smaller tasks. That is, if we have a bigger goal to achieve, we can break it into the smaller tasks so that the small goals are achievable. For this we have a SMART strategy. This is an acronym in which S stands for specific. Specific means there should be a well-defined task so that we can focus on our efforts. Like if we say, I will cover my syllabus in time, we can say, I will complete this particular subject by tomorrow. So we have a specific goal, one thing needs to be done. Instead of covering the whole syllabus, first I will cover this particular subject by tomorrow. So this is a specific goal, right? Next, M stands for measurable. Suppose you have a goal that you have to complete this subject by tomorrow, so that should be given a particular time. Measurable means that should be completed by tomorrow. Or you can say, if you take 10 maths problems and need to be done in 1 hour, so for that purpose, that is time bound. So our whatever our goal is there, that is measurable, that is we are measuring it. Like when you give the exams, so you get the marks, so you measure your performance, that out of 100 I have got this much marks, and these are my mistakes and these are my correct answers. So your goal is getting measured, right? Next is achievable. Achievable means set targets such that they can be achieved, they are realistic. That is, you can say, I will learn the whole poem in 1 hour, but you can say, in this I will read the poem 5 times now. It means you can achieve it. if you say I will learn the whole poem in 1 hour, it may or may not be possible. But if you say I will read this poem 5 times, so if you repeat the things again and again, you'll be able to learn them more. So set the goals that can be achieved easily. Next is realistic. Realistic means a plan should be such that it is real in nature, that is which can be really completed. Like if you say I will devote 8 hours to my studies, we say sometimes these things, but really we are not able to devote 8 hours to the studies. So we can say I will actually give 3 to 4 hours daily. So this is a realistic plan which you can do it really practically, which can be done. Next is time bound. So when we talk about time bound, it means that you are progressing at the right pace or not. It tells us this thing. For example, if we say I will complete this chapter, here no time is mentioned, but if we say I will finish this chapter by 8 p.m, so we have set a goal for ourselves. We have set a time for ourselves that I will complete this chapter by this particular time. Okay, so we have always in our mind that I have to do this work by this particular time so that I can move on to my next work. Okay, next we have time management. So time management refers to managing the time effectively so that right time is allocated to the right activity. For this purpose, we have following steps help in managing your time in the best possible way. First is planning. How we can manage our time? For this purpose, first we need to plan our work, which is the first and very most important part. That is, we should learn to plan each day, each month, each second what needs to be done. You should know what work needs to be done, how much time it will take, how many days it will take, so accordingly you can plan the other work. Next is estimate the time required for each task. Be realistic, that is, you have planned that this work needs to be done. Now you have to specify that how much time this work needs so that you can plan accordingly. After that, we have accountability. Accountability means that you are responsible for your work. There is a little difference between the responsibility and the accountability. Responsibility is for a task that may be assigned to you by someone else. Somebody else has assigned to you. So the main difference between responsibility and accountability is that responsibility can be shared, whereas accountability cannot be. Suppose you have done any work, whether you have done right, whether you have done it wrong, you are answerable to your actions. That is your responsibility, that whatever you have done, you are answerable to it. You cannot blame other people even if that work is not done properly. You are responsible for it. If you are successful, you are responsible. If you are failed or you get failure in it, you are responsible. You should not blame any other person in it, right? So for this, there are accountability develops the following characteristics. If you are accountable for your actions, first is you should avoid procrastination. Procrastination means delaying our work. So in this case, if you need to be accountable, you should avoid procrastination. That is, you should not delay your work. You should do your work on time. Acknowledge that you are procrastinating. The mere acknowledging helps in curbing it. If you have understood that you are delaying your work, and if you are getting to know it slowly and gradually, you will just want to remove this habit of yours. Refer to your to-do list. Make a to-do list daily, that what work needs to be done today, how many work have been already done. Just cut the list. Whatever the work have been done, put a check mark and complete rest of the work. Next is adopting problem solving attitude. It happens that sometimes when we are doing any work, it happens that sometimes we may face some hardship or some obstructions or some delays due to some natural circumstances, or somebody has come so that our work has got late. So instead of panicking and developing a negative attitude or a problem centered attitude, we should always have a solution centered attitude. Okay, now this problem has come, so how I should solve this problem? What can be the alternative solution for this problem so that this work quality is not hampered? So always you should have a problem solving attitude. Next is managing your emotions. So when the point comes managing your emotions, so emotions always get in way of the rational interpretation of the situation. They just move away from sometimes the practical work which we are doing. So we should not go away with the emotions. We should know whether the emotional reaction is required at that particular point of time or not. Instantly don't give any reaction. So you should act on your emotions after some time, but not instantly. So you need to take care of your emotions at that particular time, and to apply reason, ask yourself questions like what should I do in this situation, how will the actions affect me and other people, and what are the alternative actions. Similarly, coping with the distress. So distress is sometimes when we are doing any work on any particular project, sometimes some unfortunate events happen, like accidents may happen, there is death in the family, there is illness in the family, or some other problem may be there. So in these types of situations, don't panic, take care of yourself, count your blessings, surround yourself with the people, with the things who are positive towards yourself, and pull yourself away from such depressing situations. Now we have learned about the self management. We have learned about the three important skills, that is initiative, organization, and planning. So that is accountabilities. Now we are going to learn what are the positive results of self management. If a person is self managed, how it will help that person. First is it makes that person more organized. You schedule the time slots for your studies and you just break them into the smaller tasks, so you are doing it properly. After this, it makes you more disciplined. That is, when you schedule something, you just commit yourself that I will do that thing on that particular amount of time. You become disciplined. Third is it helps in attaining the goals. If you make a schedule, like for the exam students make a schedule and follow it in a disciplined way, of course you will prepare well and you will attain your set goal which you have set for yourself. Next is it enhances the self-confidence. Of course, it increases our self-confidence that we are able to achieve our work on time, so it makes us more confident and we are able to take risk in the near future. Next is it commands the respect from others. That is, when people around you see you being successful in other areas of the life, they just have a respect for you that this person is doing the work correctly, and they just feel happy for you. They get inspired by you. Now we have the MCQs of this chapter. The first question says the S in SMART strategy stands for. So the S in the SMART strategy stands for specific. So this is the correct answer. After this we have next question, that is a dash target informs you whether you are progressing at the right pace or not. So for this we have the four options: defined, time bound, schedule bound, or accountable. So if the target which informs us that we are progressing at the right speed or not, that is time bound. Third is dash skill is the ability to use your time, energy and resources effectively to achieve the goals. For this we have organization, scheduling, accountability and time management. So for this purpose we have the answer as organization skill is the one which helps us to use our time, energy and resources effectively. Next is it is important to prepare a dash to accomplish the planned task and other activities. For this we have the schedule, that is we should prepare a schedule, what work needs to be done at what time to accommodate the planned task. Next is a dash attitude helps one to focus on the possible solutions. So we have learned in the chapter that we have two types of attitude. One is the problem centered, in which we are more focused on the problem, and one is the solution centered attitude, in which we are more focused at what can be the solution of that particular problem. So for this we have the answer as solution centered, right? Next is fill in the blanks. First is dash skill is the ability to use your time, energy and resources effectively. So for this we have done in the MCQs also. The answer is organization. Next is being accounting means being dash for your actions, means being responsible for your actions. Third is the avoidance of doing a task that needs to be accomplished is called, when we are delaying our task, that is known as procrastination. Then the mindset that helps to focus on the possible solutions is called dash attitude, that is solution centered attitude. And dash means doing the right thing without being told to, that is initiative. So these are the answers of Phillips and the MCQs. Now we will move on to the question answers part. You need to do the D part question answers in your notebook. The solved questions you can read by yourself and memorize them. The first question is, what is self-management? How is different from management? So about the self-management, we have seen the definition which is given in the book. Just write that particular definition. That is managing yourself by being responsible for our actions, being accountable and being responsible and doing our work on time. And how it is different from management? It is different from management in the way that it means managing the other things. It can be an event or any other thing, right? Next is discuss the importance for devising a realistic and time-bound plan. So this question says that we should devise a plan which is real. Real means it is achievable and it is real, which can be done practically. And time bound plan means it should be on a particular time, that is particular time should be given to that work so that that work can be completed in that time, and after that you can move on to the next work, right? Third question is, the chapter mentions measurable as a part of the SMART strategy. What do you understand by it and how can you measure your progress? So when we are doing our work, we just have a scoreboard for that one, so that we can know that how much work we have done right, how much work we have done wrong, so that we can improve our areas in which we are lacking. So measurable means we are measuring our progress based upon some, it can be any time, it can be any scoreboard or any other thing which will help us to see our right things and the wrong things, right? Question number 4 is, what is the importance of self-management? Explain it briefly. So the importance of self-management, we have learned that it makes us more organized, it makes us more disciplined, it helps in attaining the goals, and it increases the self-confidence in ourselves and people respect us. So these are the you can say the positive effects or the importance of self-management. Just write all the points in 1 or 2 lines. Next is, discuss any 3 strategies of organization skill that you would like to apply in your life. So we have learned about the different strategies, that is the SMART strategy: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic and time bound. Write any 3 out of them. We have done it during the explanation. Write any 3 and explain them in 1 or 2 lines. I hope you have understood this chapter properly, and in case any doubt is there, you can message me. So complete this work in your notebook. Thank you students. Have a good day.